what's relevant to me.
That's what's relevant to you?
Yeah.
When did you get married?
Approximately 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago.
What would you rate me on a scale from 1 to 10?
Like hotness?
Everything, overall.
Overall, hold on. He's a 10.
Can I get a kiss on the cheek?
Oh, do you know what's so crazy? Women will literally, oh my gosh, men are controlling. They won't let us go out. They won't let us have a girls' night. We can't even have fun anymore. If this is your idea of fun, I could see why your men are telling you not to go outside. Can I say something that probably is going to be really triggering, but this is just my mindset? I've never had a partner be so like adamant about you can't go out, you can't do this, you can't do that. In the beginning, of course, because they barely know you, they're getting to know you. But once I'm already with a partner for a long time, I don't experience extreme amount of jealousy. But do you know why I think a lot of you women experience your men not wanting you to go out? I think it's because they know you're not the girl to trust. They know that you'll suck a pee-pee for a soda. They know that you're ready to throw your back over a lemon drop. I think your boyfriends know how easy you are. That's why they don't like you going out. They've seen you drunk and you're easy like a Sunday morning. Let's be real here. My partners have never been on my that hard about don't go out, Tay, don't do this, don't do that. And now I can see why. I got a mouth on me. Bro, I'll tell you in an instant second, get the out of my face, dude. I'm cool. I'll be nice the first couple times, but if you keep being persistent, I'm gonna be rude because I told you move. Another thing I wouldn't do, I wouldn't be rating guys. I would not even stop and talk to a man. Why are you doing that? You know what's so crazy? Y'all, I've been a bartender for years. I even drink. I've drank so much bottles. Y'all not even exaggerating. A flask and all that. And I never thought in my mind, let me see what it's like to take this for a spin. I don't get wild when I drink in that way. Like fun, dancing. Yeah, I think that if you start being a little, I think you were already to begin with. It's already in you, babes. So I think a lot of the times when your partners are on your about things, I think that they know they can't trust you. And this is the reason why a lot of men don't want you guys going out. When women drink, they get aroused. You learn this when you get your license to be able to sell liquor. That's why they always tell women be very wary of the things you drink and the things that you do when you are intoxicated. Because you can be a lot more promiscuous. You're going to tell me that this is not true? I've been around a lot of women and I've seen you guys go from one little thing, chilling, having a good time, to ready to make out with somebody and fuck them and you got a whole man. Do men do this as well too? Of course, but this video is about a woman. When you guys get upset about men not being chivalrous and not wanting wives and not taking women seriously, when you look at these videos, if you were a man, would you want to get married? Exactly. Well,
He was lifting. Nothing.
okay, so if you can't tell in the video, this is Barbie Bex. This is the woman that decided to record him. Oh, she's in Vegas just like me. As you can see from her face, we can tell that she does more jaw jacking and making fun of people than working out at the gym. I find it so crazy that women go out of their way to say that men are evil, malicious, and all they do is pick at our bodies. But on the same breath, you guys do the same thing. So make it make sense. You think that you're a good person going out of your way to record a man enjoying his time with his friend recording? What's wrong with that? What if he's teaching somebody how to do that workout? I see nothing wrong with that. The fact that you're laughing and giggling, saying that he's literally lifting nothing, tells me you don't know about working out. Do you even understand the movement that he's doing, that he's working out? You're not supposed to put an excessive amount of weight on there. You know that, right? But of course you wouldn't, because instead of jaw jacking, you're sitting over there talking, making fun of him with your homegirl when you should be on the treadmill working out. Hence why you look like your picture. Hence why you're making fun of somebody else. I never see pretty girls and good-looking women and fit women making fun of men. Do you ever notice how it's the gargoyles, the hyenas, the big tanks and grenades? I'm shocked you didn't eat the camera. But hey, no one's gonna make fun of you, but I sure will. I love fighting fire with fire, and people are like, oh, God, this is not gonna, I don't care. Being nice to people who are mean doesn't work. You never get bullied when you're a kid. Have you ever experienced that? When has being nice to a bully ever worked? Let me know. I find it so crazy that so many men struggle with their mental health and you have hyenas doing this. Girl, get your workout on. Get on that treadmill, do your 10,000 steps, and you'd be skinnier worrying about yourself. Recording somebody else who's not doing nothing to you is awful. I cannot understand people who do stuff like this, y'all. I would never go out of my way to record somebody just to make fun of them. And the person who's with you is just a piece of crap just as much as you are. Because I don't see any type of satisfaction I would get out of this by making fun of somebody. But guess what? I love that I'm making this video making fun of you, Twinkie Jr. Because I do not understand your motive. And by looking at your pictures and your profile, I think you should be asking Santa for a waist trainer. Have a good day, honey. You know what? I'm not even gonna start because you're one M&M away from having to go to Jenny Craig. Have a good day, babes. Enjoy your lovely holiday. Eat all the hot cocoa and all the food that you can. You need it, or do you?
Day women just don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year. And I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
The conversation and the words that are coming out of the mouth of someone like you, I would never consider top tier. A man who displays a certain level of intellect that allows him to consider other people. A top tier man, they lead with love, not with dictatorship.
Okay. Notice it says absolutely nothing about love, right? Where is she getting this from?
They don't want to control their woman. They want to gently lead their woman.
A man who can't control his woman doesn't have a woman. She belongs to whoever can control her, right? If he can't control her, how can he save her from herself when the time calls for it, right? This is where she injects feminist talking points that will hopefully influence beneficial outcomes for women.
A top tier man creates space for a woman to feel good about herself.
This is where the conversation, as usual, becomes all about women.
A top tier man supports the dreams and the ideas of a woman. A top tier man prioritizes a woman.
A top tier man does not prioritize a woman. A top tier man prioritizes the orders that he receives from God Almighty. Next, he prioritizes his purpose. You see how she's setting the stage to influence men who may be listening to start treating women how she wants women to get treated, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with the definition of top tier. This is how selfish they are. Everything is about them. Everything.
Man is in leadership and working as hard as he is to give the woman the life of her dream.
Give the woman the life of her dreams? There we go, people. We were supposed to be talking about the definition of top tier men, but she found a way to make everything about women and giving women everything that they want. The nature of a woman is so diabolical. I wouldn't want to be this selfish if I could get away with it. They make absolutely everything about them, yet you never hear them discussing what they can do for anybody else. Ain't that something?
Well, you know, a lot of these modern women, this woman broke off her engagement, and I guess we don't really know the specifics. And obviously, you know, if you want to keep it private, then go ahead and keep it private. But modern women don't do that. They talk about, you know, it's my prerogative to do what I want. I can share what I want, and this and that. And they never really take a responsibility. So they tell the parts that they want everybody to know. They say the things that they want everybody to know. They'll go out and put things out about the man that it'll fall back and look favorable on them. I did that, and you know, he was really like this, and I just tried everything, and I sat with it in silence, and finally one day I just said it out loud, and I said, now it's time for me to go. So basically, I decided I wanted to go do something else. I decided maybe I want somebody that makes a little bit more money. Maybe I want somebody that has a little bit more in life, right? Because I think I deserve that. I've been listening to too much Shira 7. I've been listening to too many of these quote unquote female dating coaches that ain't never had a man. They've been divorced. They doing rather terribly in their lives. And that's what I want for myself. That's what I want for myself. And that's essentially what I'm going to get for myself. And that's what you're seeing from modern women today. A terrible, no common sense, a terrible sense of direction, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go, thinking they do, talking themselves through a process rather terribly, and then ending up on the other side crying and screaming and hollering, kicking because of regret.
Remember that chick that ended her engagement recently? She's speaking out about it.
I ended my engagement. I have been debating sharing this with the internet. I always said that I was never going to be the kind of influencer that only shares the good parts of my life. I've been able to build a platform because I'm authentic. It's really important for me to own my narrative instead of letting people assume and start rumors. Ending my engagement was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do in my entire life. It's really not the breakup itself that's hard, but it's also having to like break up with the idea of the future that you planned and grieving that too. And at this big age, 31 years old, it feels like your clock is ticking faster and faster. I think that if sharing my story helps just one person, then it's worth it. I was trying so hard to make it work. Eventually, trying to make it work felt exhausting. It literally took me accepting the hard truth that I tried to ignore. Now, the moment I accepted that and said it out loud, I felt so much relief and honestly freedom. Not because I didn't care. I was finally listening to myself.
So he basically dodged a bullet, because I don't hear what she's saying here that's making any sense to where he was a good man. He was willing to marry her. He loved her. This is her fighting something in herself of he's missing something. This is that same that 80-20. He's a good man. He got everything going, but there's something missing. It's me. It's not you. It's me. She's an influencer. I'm sure her friends influence her decisions, always telling her homegirls, they will steer women that have a good thing down the wrong direction. And then she talks about being authentic. You literally went online to put out, oh, I'm ending my engagement, I'm moving now, starting a new life. Like, you put that out there into the world for people to, you know, get that own narrative. That's why she's backtracking and making this video now, because she cares about what other people think. When if it's something that's the hardest thing in your life, why wouldn't you keep that to yourself? That's something that y'all went through. The internet don't gotta know your damn business, especially about something so personal. And so she's putting it out there, talking about, oh, you could just start over. You are 31. The wall is coming. And shout out to her, the dude, because he dodged a bullet. He literally dodged a bullet. He saved himself a lot, because Lord knows if she would have married this man with the way her mind works, she would have divorced him. He would have lost half of whatever he got. And let me tell you something, that influencer life, that is toxic. So he dodged the bullet. And by the time she's ready to spin the block, knowing that the streets ain't for her, hopefully he got, you know what I'm saying, a woman that doesn't have to go to the internet for validation to tell everything about her life, to where now she got to backtrack and give this story about, well, I just chose me. She just doubled down. She didn't say and then help somebody. All she's doing is giving advice. Hey, if you feel you're in a great relationship with a great person, don't be afraid to leave. That's what I'm getting out of this. So yeah, homie dodged the bullet. Good for him.
I'm not here for the male gaze anymore. They're not my demo. I mean, men will just toss you aside for like the newest ingenue, and that's fine. You should absolutely do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame you for that. I'm still hot.
Ma'am, you're not here for the male gaze anymore, because the male gaze ain't checking for you. You've spent years living off of that attention and monetizing it. You use your looks to build your career, and now you're almost 50. You've gained weight, your looks are slipping, you're getting older, and your offers are getting lighter, and all of a sudden now, after building your entire career off of the male gaze, I'm above male validation.
Everybody who's in the know what's up with you. So they will roll in the hay, but nobody's going to commit. Yeah. So they have to get their money by suing, because, I mean, no baby's going to come out of her at that carburetor womb having that. If you press the horn on her womb, what does it say, D?
No, not that. No, that's not.
Check engine light.
Y'all remember one time? My man let me talk about the past. We was in the house one time, me and Murder. She sucking his. Wait. And so she giving me, he hitting it from the back, and he starts sucking like that. I said,
Is there a distinct possibility that there may have been underage girls in the
Come on now.
That's crazy.
I don't know what you're doing.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
That's disgusting what you're doing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what's wild too is that she never apologized for this. No accountability.
First of all, I only like older. Second of all, was 1992. We was underage. That's A and B. We wasn't supposed to do it.
Wow, look at the details.
I know. I want some fans in the mouth.
Oh my God.
She looked elderly in that picture too. She looked like an old Karen. Do you live in this building? Shut up.
This is exactly why your past matters, because someone gonna know your history. You trying to come at Cameron, and meanwhile he got receipts of things that you never wanted to be released. You can't put these allegations in the air and then expect silence from the men that you're levying them against. That's some serious that you just said out loud, talking about trying to land the plane. Excuse me. And no matter what you think, what Cameron did is not misogyny. It's a response to your.
Yeah, so I want to know what you guys think about this post. So the first girl said everybody's boyfriend got money till it's time to pay the tab on girls' night. And then KT said, my man ain't paying for nobody but me. Y'all can go to. Everybody's boyfriend got money till it's time to pay the tab. Yeah, and if my man has money, his money's not rated E for all of you guys. I love my friends wholeheartedly. I've been out with my homegirls and her husband. They don't pay for me, y'all. I pay for myself. Are there times where like I'll be like, hey, a round of shots, and they'll be like, oh, a round of shots, but it's not every single thing. When we go out to dinner, we all pay our own tab. I've never in my life expected my friend's man to pay for me. That's weird. I don't know what it is with you entitled women. It's giving broke. Like, I can see your hands out. Spirit change, please. Like, are you kidding me? And I would never, like, if I'm sitting with my homegirl and my man's there and stuff like that, and she decides to ask him to pay the tab or even make fun of him or say anything, if you think for 1 second I'm going to side with you, that's the last time we're probably ever going to speak, and the friendship would be over something so small because you opened your dumb mouth. You should never part your lips to call a man broke or say anything crazy because he doesn't want to pay for your tab. Where's your man? That don't make no sense. You don't beg another woman's man for change. That, oh my God, bro. These are like handouts. I don't know what it is. Like, a lot of the women in this generation, they talk a big game about men all the time. But then when I start seeing the things that you guys say, it's giving brokey. Like, you guys call men brokey. You guys call men all these names. I'm starting to think it's projection. Maybe we should start looking in the mirror. Because if you don't have two nickels to rub together, why are we going to out to eat? And I know women are like this. Oh, I'm telling y'all, I have so many stories on this. I've been on a girls trip with girls before who didn't bring no money. Paid for the trip and that was it. Didn't have no extra money. They expected people to pay for them. If you have this broke mentality, don't be my friend. I'm glad I don't have broke friends. But I'm just saying, if you ever have a mentality like this, no. It's one thing to be kind of cheap and budget your money and not want to spend money on dumb stuff like maybe going out to eat because you like luxury things and all that. Totally understand that. But asking a bitch's man for money could never be me. Sorry, my man's paying for me and him. And I want to get appetizers and dessert and a drink. With you added to that? No. I'm glad I don't have snake friends. I'm sorry, but if you ladies have friends that are making you feel bad about the way your man is and you listen to them, I'm telling you, you're in for a rude awakening and you're going to lose that man faster than you got him. Do not listen to your single friends if they're encouraging you to make fun of him or belittle him or, oh, he's broke, he's not going to pay for all of us. And you're sitting there getting peer pressured because you don't have a mouth of your own. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be the biggest fool.
You know, I'm really glad. I'm really glad that self-checkout brought out what he did and saying that these modern women be complaining about their husbands. And their husbands are not as bad as they say they are. That's number one. Number two, y'all be complaining about these guys And really what they be doing is they be venting about common problems. Oh, he this girl and that girl. But what they want, instead of like keeping it offline and going to vent to like maybe a therapist or something like that, or somebody that's trusted and is confidential. And number one, and going even further, maybe there's some things that you keep in house. Maybe there's some things that you don't say online. Modern women air out all of their business online, all of it, every single portion of their business. They go into detail. I don't know who it's going to affect. I don't know what's going to touch. And when they start receiving backlash, like, girl, why did you say this? Why did you say all of this? You could have said this over here and then left this part out. That's none of our business. Oh, well, I want to be authentic. Authentic to who? Modern women forget what relationship they're supposed to be protecting. And shut up. Stop talking.
Okay, if you're gonna make a video about your husband, how he's literally the worst man alive, and then your next post is not a divorce announcement, it's a pregnancy announcement, I need you to shut off your phone and stop telling us. You clearly like to be miserable. Stop telling us.
Now, this is something that I can actually agree with. However, there's a part that she's not discussing. And that part is that those same women that get online and complain about their relationships and marriages and paint their husband out to be the worst person possible and still stay with him, be lying. A lot of them do it for the validation and the attention of other women on social media because it feels good. That's why a lot of those women don't ever leave, because he's not really as horrible as they make him out to be. And not only do they refuse to leave, you never actually see this man. You don't even know if he really exists. And a lot of the times, if they do actually have a husband, he's not even on social media as much as they are. And so in turn, there's a good chance he's probably not going to even see the video that she made about him unless someone directly sends it to him, which is a slim chance, which now puts him in a position to probably never ever see the video. And if he ever does approach her about it, she's going to make light of the situation, make it seem like it's nothing when it really is something. And 9 times out of 10, he's going to be like, you know what, whatever, I'm not really tripping about it because I know it's not true, even though it should be a really big issue in the relationship. And then there's a good chance she's probably going to give him that head that she promised him 3 months ago, and he's going to feel better about himself. He's going to climax, go to sleep, and forget all about it. Unfortunately, that is the sequence for a lot of men in America. But you know what? I ain't got to listen to what I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. That could be changed.
When a man says I'm not ready, women hear uncertainty. But what he's really talking about is risk. Men don't think about readiness emotionally. We think about it structurally. When he says I'm not ready, it usually means one of 3 things. Men feel pressured to show up as providers, protectors, and problem solvers. If his life feels unstable mentally, financially, and directionally, commitment feels like a promise he's afraid he can't keep. So not ready isn't about love. It's about fear of failing. Men commit where they feel safe to mess up. If every disagreement feels like a threat to the relationship, he hesitates. Not ready often means I don't know if I could be human here. This is the hard one. Sometimes not ready means he's still observing. Men don't rush decisions they know will change their life. We watch consistency, not intensity. If a man knows he doesn't want you long term, he usually doesn't say I'm not ready. He slowly creates distance. So when a man is still present, not ready means I'm still deciding. And here's the truth most women deserve to hear. You don't convince a man to be ready. Readiness comes from alignment, not pressure. The right man won't need a deadline to choose you. He'll feel it. If you're forcing readiness, it's already wrong. Peace and love. Like and follow.
There's a new epidemic happening with men, and I really want to talk about it because I just can't believe we're really having to come to this point, okay?
This video is going to go by really fast. Please try your best to keep up. Viewer discretion is advised.
It doesn't matter if I'm walking through a door, through an elevator, name any rectangular box that humans have to walk through, okay, to enter or exit somewhere. Men are just shoving their way in front of me every time. For example, I'm in the elevator, okay? There's 2 men, 1 on each side, all right? It's happened twice, might I add. And we get down to the lobby, right? Okay, the door's open. I'm in the middle, and I'm the only girl. So I'm like, surely I get to go first, right? This man literally takes his shoulder and shoves me out of the way to exit first. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe he has somewhere to be, even though he's not at a brisk pace. He's not like trying to really get out of there. It just was like his time to get out. I was like, okay, you know what? Fine. As I start to take my step, I'm like, I'll be the second one out, right? The other man also taking the shoulder, going around town, right? To get in front of me, to also get out of the elevator. It's like...
Y'all know she lying, right? I know it's a lie. Like, I really hope y'all know it's a lie, because you really believe that story? 3 people in the elevator and people are shoving her out of the way to get out and they're not in a rush? That makes sense to y'all? Let alone it's 2 men, 1 on each side of her. She's the one directly in front of the door, and they mushed her or shoved her to the back to get out before her. That's the story, which in turn says y'all all was standing shoulder to shoulder in an elevator? That is so unnatural. People don't stand shoulder to shoulder in the elevator unless they're forced to. If it's just the 3 of y'all and you're in the middle directly in front of the door, typically you would just move closer to the door. You don't stand shoulder to shoulder with complete strangers. Ladies, I'm not gonna lie. I had high expectations. Ain't nobody touched that girl in any way, shape, or form. She's lying. And it's clear as day. I know it's the beginning of the month. Rent is due. So y'all trying to do whatever y'all can to get these views up on the videos and whatnot. But bro, take it easy, okay? Relax.
There's gonna be men in these comment section going, well, that's what happens when you ladies want equal rights. So what does this have to do with equal rights? What happened to just being polite? Would you want some man to shove your own mother out of the way? What?
See what I mean? See what I mean, right? I'm telling y'all that she's lying. And I know there are no men talking about, oh, that's equal rights. That has nothing to do with equal rights. If anything, those men are just trolling you because they know you're lying. You think because you sped up your video, slowed it down to add emphasis to certain words, and then added your own set of energy behind it, you thought we was gonna believe you because of that? Nah, we still don't believe your lying ass. Boy, I tell you, I'm getting so desperate, man. It's getting so sad to see this, but you know what? I know they ain't gonna listen to I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
She's not me. I'm a man and she's a woman. And we live by different rules on this planet Earth.
Oh.
Bro, that's true. And if you say that we don't, then when you go home and you got a daughter and a son, tell them to go by the same rules. I guarantee you don't tell your daughter she live by the same rules. You want to know why?
I actually have 2 boys, so I don't worry about that.
You would never tell your boys that they can do the same things that
I'm not, but
exactly.
For you
Why
to
not?
think that it's okay.
But you just said
the
we live by
stuff
the
that's
same
coming
rules.
out your mouth is crazy to me. That's all I'm saying.
It's only crazy to you because of the world that you live in.
And I do agree with her. Where you saying you're possessive, like I want to see the type of woman that you have dated. Like I'm sorry,
type of women that I
don't
date.
feel like you have dated a dominant woman. Because me personally, the way
dominant women. I would have been got rid of a dominant woman thinking she gonna tell me what to do.
It's actually ridiculous. Yo, look at the look on this brother's face. I like this guy. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that these women still wear domination like a badge of honor, as if it is a good thing to live their life by. Shout out to Margaret Sanger. You've done a wonder on our community. Oh, this goes deep, baby. But this right here is a man that is standing on business. This type of response to the bull is what men actually need to see. Not that feminine weak of allowing them to control how you should feel about something. Absolutely not. They will laugh and cackle at a young man that is standing up on business, meanwhile never realizing that it is impossible to request a man to be a leader while you're also a strong, independent, dominant woman. It's impossible.
I'm dealing with women that's manipulative. Like women nowadays, they only want to be submissive when it fits them. They'll be submissive when we going on trips and when I'm paying the rent and whenever their car break down.
But they're not naturally
submissive. Whenever
submissive.
everything else is going good. When I tell you don't go to the club, it's a problem. You submissive whenever you want to be.
He's
Whenever I
right.
tell you to do something you don't want to do, now you're no longer submissive. That's not going for me. It's not going for me.
I can't lie to you. He got some truth in there.
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
ain't saying shit wrong with that.
But what I noticed, I'm noticing that more so in the generation that came before me, the 30 and down. The ones that's around my age and up, they're a little better. But you know, them young ones, they've been having the little issues, you know. They do all of it, and then no offense, baby, but it's too much of the snapbacks of the hand and all that extra. But like you said, when you're doing for them, everything good.
Too much talking back.
I might be rich on this a little bit.
They're not letting us lead.
Yeah,
we
it's
need
kinda-
to be able to lead, but how can I lead a woman who every time I say something, she got something to say back?
A lot of these modern women, they think that people are trying to to a degree they might be right, because they might go out in the world and there might be somebody in the world that tries to shut them down. It tries to shut them up and say, hey, you ain't nothing. You'll never be anything, yada, yada, yada. So they have to dig inside of themselves and say, no, I am something, I am going to be something. And they have to go through that whole mental struggle, right? Got it. But then they turn that on a man. And all the man is really saying is, no, I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to say, if you do that, you might run into some trouble. Well, ain't no man gonna tell me what to do. And they go off for no reason. And it'd be one thing if they were going off and then the man says, no, I'm not that way. That ain't who I am. And you get used to the man. And maybe it take you about a year to say, man, he actually is on my team. He ain't like all these other people out here that's trying to put me down. But modern women carry that same attitude for literal years, and they don't get rid of it. And a man for years has to take that type of punishment. You ain't handled a dominant woman like me. You don't want me to be dominant. I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. I'm trying to watch the game. You do this while I'm trying to. The playoffs. The playoffs on, man. I got the boys over, and you come in clowning with me, man. What are you doing? Oh, you want me to clean and this, Didn't nobody ask you to clean nothing. Did you have to cook? No. I went out and I got stuff for the house. I went out. I told you the boys was coming over. I went out and got food. Reggie bought something over. Sam bought something over. What you doing? Modern women will clown. They don't let it go. They don't want a man to lead. They don't want a man to tell them anything. I want to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, and you're not going to stop me. Modern women have this thing where I reserve the right to have an attitude anytime that I want to.
Let them suffer. Let them figure it out on their own for once. For those of you who are new here, I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances, and I have been doing so for a decade. The problem I see with about 70% of my clients, in some way, facet, or form, they do not know how to let people live through their decisions. They always want to be the person to dig them out of their ditch. Do you ever think that it's possible that the ditch that you're trying to dig them out of, they were put there intentionally for them to learn how to get out of it themselves? That it's not your job to have to always find a way for them, that maybe they need to find a way for themselves. And you'll find that a lot of people who align with this type of personality, where you do not know how to let people deal with the own mess that they have created, typically stems from childhood. Either they had parents that were never satisfied, so they were always trying to please them. Or maybe they found that in their friendships, that if they weren't the person that's always showing up, or they weren't the person that was always there to help, that people would not befriend them. Maybe in your love life and your relationships, if you were not the person that was going to always be there for your partner or the person that you were dealing with, they would not reciprocate your love. It is more than likely something in your past that has led you down that road of always feeling like you have to be everyone's savior. You are not the hero, because baby, in case you haven't been living in the world with the rest of us, there's a lot of saving that you'll have to do for yourself. And to be very honest with you, the bigger problem was a lot of my clients did not even see this as an issue. They felt they were being good people and doing the right thing. Being a good person is not constantly bailing someone out of a predicament that they have allowed to happen to them, and typically on multiple occasions. I'm the type of person that will do anything for the people I love. I will show up in any way I possibly can if I care about you. It is very hard for me to see people suffering and not extend a hand. But I had to learn myself how to allow people to figure it out on their own, especially when they insist on being in the predicament that they're in. Now, if you feel like you are the type of person that is always bailing someone out, that is always being the helping hand, that is always being the shoulder, even when that person may have put themselves in that position time and time again, go ahead and type coaching in the comment section so I can provide you with a link to my website so where you can look into one-on-one coaching so we can work through that. Because I can promise you, once you let go of the savior complex, you will see so many different shifts occurring in your life. Stay safe.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. A lot of women say they want a man to lead, masculine, decisive, grounded. But what they actually want is the benefits of that, not what it asks them in return. They want him to plan. They want him to decide. They want him to take charge. They want him to be steady. But the moment they're not in control, they get uncomfortable. They question everything. They need explanations. They push back. They want to double check. They want to feel like they still have the upper hand. That's not partnership. That's control. You can't say you want a man to lead and then fight him every time he does. This isn't about being submissive like you don't have a brain. It's not about losing your voice. It's not about becoming small. It's about trust. Leadership asks you to let go of some control, to not manage everything, to not run the relationship from fear. And for a lot of women, that's hard, especially if you've had to be strong your whole life, especially if control is how you feel safe. So what happens is you want him to lead, but only in ways you approve of, only if it feels predictable, only if it doesn't trigger you. At that point, he's not leading. He's just doing what you allow. And men feel that. Good men don't stop stepping up because they're lazy. They stop because every dissident turns into a discussion or a fight. And then women say, he's passive. I feel like I am leading. Why don't men step up anymore? Because it stopped being safe for them to. You don't get masculine leadership without tolerating some discomfort. You don't get polarity while holding the steering wheel the whole time. This isn't about gender roles. It's about nervous systems. Control feels safe. Trust feels scary. And a lot of women say they want love, but what they actually want is control that feels like safety. So the question isn't, why don't men lead? The real question is, can I actually let go enough for someone to lead me? That's it. Sit with it.
Many years from now, there is going to be a quiet crisis, loneliness in women especially. Not because women failed, not because they weren't capable or intelligent, but because they were handed a script or a blueprint that left out the consequences. Be self-sufficient, put your career first, you don't need a man. So they followed it. They pushed love down the line. They delayed the family. They treated commitment like something that could always wait until it didn't. Fast forward a few years later. You're older, no partner, no children, no legacy, just some noise to fill that silence. Meanwhile, your grandmothers had way fewer choices, but way stronger direction. They built families, they built the roots, they built something bigger than themselves. And this generation swapped it all for convenience. Legacy for pleasure, meaning for freedom without structure. And here's the part that nobody likes to talk about. The men that they overlooked in their 20s, they didn't just vanish. They were building, failing, learning, becoming disciplined, and becoming men. Men don't peak early. They compound with time. Value grows with time and skill and responsibility. Women don't gain leverage by delaying everything. That is not cruelty. That is reality. Every decision comes with a cost. Modern narratives today did not remove the bill. They just postponed it. And the outcome is usually the same. Distractions instead of connection. Comfort instead of intimacy, and independence without fulfillment. This is not about going backward. It's about correcting the course. We don't need less ambition. We need stronger values, commitment, family, masculine leadership, feminine devotion, and a shared purpose, because freedom without foundation doesn't liberate. It isolates you completely. And tradition wasn't the problem. Abandoning it was.
I think that's deeply concerning is that all of the older women, when I say older, 50 plus, are strongly passionate about younger women, 20s, 30s, not getting married. It's like you can see your future and they're telling you exactly what.
You know what I find interesting? When you listen to married women speak about marriage and married men speak about marriage, this is typically what they say, right? The man usually says, she's always nagging and nothing I ever do is good enough, right? And then you listen to a woman who's married and she complains about the marriage and she always says he doesn't do enough. Now, y'all remember that lady who got on here and who was complaining about how she almost divorced her husband because he didn't put the dishes in the dishwasher after coming home from work? But here's the thing. She stayed at home. Right? And then you hear this other topic about if your husband got off of a 12-hour shift, right? 12-hour shift at work. She feels like she should be able to hand the baby over to her husband after he gets home from his 12-hour shift. Because she wants time to relax. Now, everybody's saying, well, he still needs to be a father. Okay, cool. Let's switch the roles. Let's say you were working a 12-hour shift at the factory, at the warehouse, at the construction site, right? You get home after 12 hours. Your husband is a stay-at-home father. When you walk through the door, your husband hands you a baby. Sounds silly, doesn't it? Because it's silly. He works for 12 hours, sleeps for 8. 12-hour work, Sleep 8. That's 20 hours out of 24. He has 4 hours to himself. And 2 of those is getting ready for work, going to work, and coming back. So dude has 2 hours. 2 hours. And you can't even give him 30 minutes when he walks through the door? I know what the problem is. Women are never content. Like, there's never enough. Like, they never have enough. That's why men always complain, nothing I ever do is enough. Women will complain, he's the greatest man I've ever met. He's great, but it's still not enough. Listen to what a woman who's been married complains about. It's always she wants what? More. What does a married man complain about? It's never enough. So yeah, you could be completely miserable in your marriage if you don't learn contentment.
Yeah, and I really liked what that woman was saying, what the lady was saying about modern women saying they want a man to lead, but then they pull back control. That's essentially what modern women are doing. It's like a car. It's like a nice, it don't really matter what it is. It's essentially modern women picking a car over and over again. Oh, well, I don't want a Corolla. I have enough money to buy a Ferrari, right? And so that's when they talk about, I want a high value man and I'm not settling for less. I have money to pay for a Porsche, so I'm going to buy one. I have money to pay for a Ferrari, so I'm going to buy one, right? But they don't even know how to drive the Porsche. They don't even know how to drive the Ferrari. And people are trying to tell you can't drive this car like a regular car. As a matter of fact, you can't even drive this car on the road. You actually have to drive it in this closed circuit. Well, I can do what I want to do. No, we cannot allow you to do what you're trying to do. There are rules and regulations and stipulations here. You cannot do it. But modern women will try to do, they'll holler, they'll kick it, they'll scream. Modern women will go nuclear if they need to over something so small and minute to get people in trouble. And that's what they do with men. I want a high value man. So this is the Ferrari. This is the Porsche. This is the sports car. This is a race car that can only be driven on a track. And I want to drive it how I want to drive it. I want to do how I want to do. And people are telling you, especially Kevin said, you cannot do that to these types of men. They will not listen to you. They go their own way. They do their own thing. And men in general, you cannot do this to men. They will not listen to you. They will go their own way every single time. And that's what they're experiencing. You sit up there, well, I ain't going to do this. I'm going to drive the car the way I want to drive it. No, you're not. Not this car. What you want to do is put men on autopilot, make them behave like robots, just put them on cruise control, do this, do that, go here, go there, pick up this, go buy that for me, and don't say nothing. When I want to take back control, then I'll take it back. I'll press on the brake. Okay, stopping, and move the steering wheel. No, that's not going to work for men at all.